Fuck. What's going on, guys? It's been a minute since the last video. A lot has happened. First thing is, I finally got a tooth. I had surgery yesterday. So it's not the final tooth, but I mean, it's better than having a gaping hole in my face. Okay, well, today we're gonna start cutting on this. So I still gotta get a bunch of tools out and get them all put out here on the sidewalk, because if you like garages and like having your own garage, don't move to Japan, because this is my garage right now. Okay, yeah, so the plan is pretty simple. We're just going to cut both sides. I kind of just marked up this one. I'll go mark up the other one here in a minute. But we'll peel this off and then we'll make a template out of it to actually use to cut the other side. But what we'll do is, before we start cutting here, we're going to put the quarter panel. We're going to put the quarter panel up on the side of the car, pre-drill the positions that we want to put the self-tapping screws, which I think we're just going to do 3 on the top. And then that'll help us make sure that it's mounted where we want it to be. We'll go ahead and make the cut, keep it mounted, see if there's any additional like trimming, cutting that we need to do for the inside of the well. And then once we do that, then the whole quarter panel will come off eventually after we get done like actually sanding down, doing some of the body work ourselves. And then what we'll do is we'll get like 3M panel bond, and we'll actually screw it back onto the car in the same position, you know, let it adhere, and then we'll go through the process of taking the self-tappings out and molding it into the body. So that is the plan. For today though, if we could just get the quarters mounted and maybe the rear bumper unfucked, I would be happy. So yeah, a lot to do. I'm gonna go charge the camera battery a little bit more, and then we will throw you guys up on the tripod and get to work. Okay. It's been a while. I'm a little bit nervous. It's been a while since I've cut into a car on this level. So we'll put it on here. I'm thinking we probably put a screw about right there. One about probably right here where the trunk lid is going to be. And then realistically probably one in the corner. And then what I've already had to sort now is the stock mounting positions for... give me 1 second, let me hit the screen here so I can see what you're seeing. The stock mounting positions for, let me see if I can adjust this. Okay, you're probably not gonna be able to see it because it's too dark in the shadow. There's a screw that comes through from the trunk side down in this direction. So there's a hole here, and there's one that goes the opposite direction coming from the bottom up here. Both of those holes needed to be cut in the bottom portions of the quarter panel. God, I am just sucking today with the lighting. Okay, both had to be cut in the bottom of the quarter panel. You can see one here, and you can see one there. So those are already cut out. Those are good to go. Realistically, I would like to do this one first, just because it has the fuel door in it, so it's just an extra point to kind of line it up. But to be perfectly honest, I don't know why, but I just want to cut this side first. So I think we're going to start with this side. Yeah, so we're gonna wait for Taylor to get back, then we'll hang this up, screw it in on the top, make sure that, you know, like the fitment is good, and then I guess we start cutting. I'm so nervous to cut this. Like I said before, like we've done, you know, cutting on this level, but I don't know. I'm more nervous about cutting this than cutting anything on the R35. Like, and this isn't even GTR, it's just a GTT. I don't know why, I'm just fucking nervous. Maybe it's just because this has always been, you know, a dream car of mine. I don't want to fuck it up. I know I won't fuck it up, but there's always that piece in the back of your mind, you know? Taylor has to consistently remind me that it's going to get worse before it's going to get better, which is true. Yeah. God, it's gonna look so good. It's so thick with these, I mean, obviously, but the hips just look so good. So, yeah, let's get to screwing. That was bad. That was really bad. I would just like to point out before we get to cutting the inside here, look at this thickness. I mean, look at that. That's my whole pointer finger. Index finger? Pointer finger. That's my whole and more. God, I'm gonna need some thick boy wheels. Ugh. Here we go. Okay, well, a good portion of the cutting is already done, at least on this side. I could not have asked for a better cut than that, because I wanted to make sure that I kept as much of the original inside well as I possibly could, because that gives us more material to be able to bend out and eventually seal the inside of this. But when you're doing this, more material on the inside is always better, because I mean you can always cut off the excess. So what we're gonna do now is I'm trimming the rolled portion of the fender lip, and what'll happen is we're gonna cut all that out, and then more than likely I'll probably cut along this humped line here, and then we can go ahead and take a hammer and start bending out the pieces for that. So yeah. Okay, so what we've done is we've cut slits just to make the material more malleable, I guess. And then we're gonna bend these up from the slits and then get them as close as possible to this lip. And then all this is gonna be like rough until we get, you know, to making it pretty. I don't really give a fuck if it looks pretty right now, because it's all gonna be covered. Really, the object here is to make sure that it's sealed properly. So this is gonna be a lot of like rough guesstimation until we get to the point of where it needs to be, then we'll make it look pretty. Okay, well, I was just talking for the past 10 minutes and thought it was recording and it wasn't. So, yeah. Okay. Long story short, these are cut. They're good to go. This is not the right way to do it, or the right way to do it, but I'm working with the limited resources I have here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to fill the up portion of the crack in the underside with a metal infused JB Weld. We're just doing that to seal it for now so it doesn't cause rust issues. And then we'll do a bed liner on the inside, and then I'll probably do a clear coat on the outside just to seal it, to make sure it's sealed. And then probably like 2 months from now, after the car has been painted or whatever we decide to do with that, I'll go in, I'll use a flapper wheel, I'll grind all that shit down, and I'll go in with a MIG and I'll seal it properly. I just don't have that right now, but I don't want to take so long that it causes rust issues. It's just not worth it. So this isn't the right way to do it, and I already know people are gonna give me shit for that. Like I give a fuck. But yeah, that's what's next. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the tubes that we have. I'll go ahead and start getting it mixed up, and yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm gonna mix some more. We'll seal this side up, and then I think that'll be probably the end of this video. And then hopefully we can get some more done tomorrow, or possibly during the week. But yeah.